Hello and welcome to another episode of my cryptocurrency series. Today I'm going to talk about Infinitelaunch, which is coming in a couple of days' time, and it's a very exciting launchpad on the Binance Smart Chain. To give you the brief, they say that we have a lot of launchpad at the moment, and they have a lot of users, but they have limited funds, and those who have a lot of money or a lot of funds or the whales basically take most of the benefit. And of course, they expect to take most of the benefit given that they've invested more. And also a lot of the projects attract investors in the early stages of IDOs. And once the price pumps 10x or 20x, the price starts dumping. And after a few months, that hype is gone and the project doesn't do as well as usual. So these are some of the problems they've identified. And they say that they're going to do some activities to make this revolutionary or disruptive launchpad product. That, you know, the value is not just by holding a certain amount, but also long-term investment is also important. So what they have done is they've introduced a few things. One of them is they introduced something called vesting. So depending on the type of user you are, especially if you don't have a lot of the Launchpad tokens and you want to participate in the IDOs and you get allocation, you will be subject to a vesting for the tokens that you want to purchase in the IDO. So for example, if you usually have a token that's 100% unlocked, for the person who doesn't hold that Launchpad token, the Infinitelaunch, they have to have extended vesting, or for example, of a couple of months or 2 months or 3 months, depending on how much they've invested. So they've given an example. If the project is selling 100K and token is unlocked, all of them at the first day, to get a guaranteed allocation, you need to make sure you give an option to unlock a longer term vesting, like a 7-day, 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months. That would increase your chance to get a guaranteed allocation. This is beneficial for the user who really wants to invest in a gaming project, but it's also beneficial to the project because then there would be less people, I guess, selling or dumping the token at the first IDO TG or token generation event. The other thing that they're doing is they've introduced a system that if you're holding maximum number of tokens, which is 500,000 Infinitelaunch tokens, you get guaranteed allocation, you get exclusive pools, you get token airdrops, and you have the whale group. But also, if you don't have so many tokens and you're on the bronze tier, you still get guaranteed, you still have a chance to get allocation. It's just that it's going to be on a lottery basis. The other part that is interesting about this project is they have a NFT marketplace. And depending on how many NFTs you hold and the quality of the NFTs, you also get access to the sale. They also have a guideline here of, you know, how many NFTs you have, worth of BNB, what's the tier for you, and the benefit that you have in terms of trading and the allocation value that you get. So these are basically the functionalities for this project. They've also got a cross-chain functionality, which I'll cover in detail in terms of the roadmap. So if you go to this project, they have recently actually done their NFT of Bony Bastards. And apparently, if you have 10 NFTs, you can use this NFT to basically participate in the IDOs. Depending on the quality of your NFT, you get an allocation. So if you're the lowest quality, you get $10 allocation. If you have the highest quality, you get $50 multiplied by the number of NFTs you have. They've done this for 8,000 or around 8,000 NFTs. This was a few weeks ago. I got a couple of them actually, and it's now sold out. I regret not buying more actually, because it would have given me much more advantage for the future sales. But I just wanted to try it and see how it looks like. You could have got a maximum 10 NFTs per wallet for 0.1 BNB. And now the price has gone up to, if you go to the marketplace, you know, to 1.85, you know, up to 2 Binance BNB. And the most expensive one is 15. So whoever got that one did a really, really awesome job, because I think that's a 150x. That's for the best one, of course. Most people would be sitting at 10 to 20x for flipping an NFT, which is really awesome as well. The next thing is they have pools. So depending on the a personal allocation would be maximum of 300 BUSD for the public sale that they're having on the 25th, but that depends on the type of NFT you're holding, and that would give you the allocation basically. And that's what I just described earlier with those bony bastards. They also did a private sale earlier, and they raised for 400 participants, $300 each, and it was a first come first served of the private sale, but this one was with the vesting. Now, in terms of the roadmap, they first launched their collection of the bony bastards a few weeks ago, and they did the whitelist for it. They're gonna do the IDO on the 25th, and they're gonna launch on PancakeSwap. And after that, they're gonna have staking and tier system. Then they're gonna launch on Kucoin as the centralized exchange. They're gonna integrate with Polkadot and Matic Network in Q1, and in Q2 2022, they're gonna be on Cardano and Avalanche Network. And they're gonna launch their own metaverse as well. So the really good roadmap. Again, I didn't read this as much maybe a few months ago. If I did, I would have probably invested heavily into it. They're gonna have full KYC. That's true. I have done KYC already. They have multi-chain support initially on Binance Chain. They are immune to rug pulls because they're gonna vet the projects, and they're gonna have governance model. Now, if you go also to the membership group, you can see that they have different membership tiers. If you have the highest membership tier of 500,000 Infinitelaunch tokens, you get the best platinum service. And if you're a gold member, limited to 1,000 people. So even if you have a lot of tokens, you're not gonna be a guaranteed person to get all of these. So basically you have to wait, and limited to 1,000 slots. After the 1,000 slots are filled, you have to wait for next year for that to be available. And there's a lot of benefits in terms of drops and what's available basically. And then you have an account section. And here you can see how many NFTs you have, what tier you're at, and you can lock it. The other thing is they don't encourage you to just hold the token in your wallet. So to be eligible to participate in these tiers, you need to lock the tokens in the platform. Now, in terms of locking in the platform, there is a punishment if you sell early, basically. So if you sell it in less than 7 days, you get 30% burn. If you sell it in less than 14 days, you get a 25% burn. So basically, you need to make sure you stake these project tokens for over 60 days if you want to make sure you're making your participation in this tier list. Now, the least one that you need is a bronze tier to participate in the platform, or you could alternatively have those NFTs that I mentioned earlier. Now, if you lock tokens and lock more to participate to the next tier, for example, if you had 20,000 and then you add the 30,000 to make yourself up to the 50,000 infinite launcher level, here you need to reset basically this clock. So the clock resets for you, and you actually need to wait another 60 days or be subject to this loss of tokens, which I'm sure no one wants to be subjected to that. Now, in terms of the tokenomics as well, what I really like is they're very honest. So everything is listed on the white paper, but it's also listed on the website. So before actually going to that, they already have 3 upcoming projects: Champ Force, Wasted Lands, and Farmers World. And these games are actually quite popular already on social media. And in terms of the teams and backing, they're backed by Oracle Investment Group, Kangaroo Capital, X21, Dutch crypto investors, which are the usual good VCs to be backing projects, as well as good yield games. And they're also supported by tier 1 exchanges and Everest Capital, which I think the Ash Wall Street bet guy is behind it. In terms of the tokenomics, maybe I'll find it in the page here because I can't find it on the website. It is on the website, I just can't find the right page. So if you refer to the tokenomics, they have most of the tokens in the private sale is subject to a lock of 5 months, so 10% on TGE, and then you have to wait 4 to 5 months basically to get all the tokens. The price is 50% cheaper than the public sale. Public sale is 100% unlocked. And the seed, of course, it's unlocked in 6 months, and they are the cheapest, being half price of the private sale and 3 times cheaper than the public sale. But remember, because you need to stake your tokens if you want to participate in the IDO, people who are flipping, they can flip, of course, but they cannot take advantage of participating in those public sales that are coming, unless you have some of those NFTs, which also has its own limitation and pricing constraint. Now, in terms of the team, they have an experienced team in gaming. I didn't check them in detail in LinkedIn, but they've got experience previously in game development. And what I'm interested to see is they have put actually the team members rather than the CEO as the most valuable people. So I like doing that because it sort of shows that they're appreciating the team members. Just, I think, a nice gesture to have. Now, the next thing is to see the social media presence. So in social media, they've got 90,000 followers already on Twitter. They're really active in their activities, especially this Kucoin listing is something that's very bullish for people. And they keep announcing new partnerships, especially with newspapers. So Business Insider and other news agencies, basically, to keep covering. And they also have media partner announcement in different countries, in Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, especially Southeast Asia, basically. On Telegram, they've got basically soon to reach 100,000 people. I'm sure it will reach in the next few hours or minutes even. And basically the project has a lot of people on call to support the team members, to support people. And I actually asked questions and they were very responsive. So it's one of the good advantages that they have. So as I mentioned, the IDO is going to happen on the 25th. And the only way to get in is basically have those NFTs. If you want to buy it on the marketplace, which are now at least 1.5 BNB, and participate in the public sale. If not, you could wait to see how the price action is and participate after that. There is no more private sale opportunity. I expect a very good outcome from this. I'm not going to predict how well they will do. I'm going to say definitely a 10x for sure, because the initial market cap also is around 500,000 from the tokenomics, but it's probably going to go even higher because, again, if you're staking the tokens, there's no way for them to sell it. It means it's going to go higher and higher, and more people are going to buy it to get into the demand. And from the price action of the NFTs, I can already predict that this is going to happen. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you subscribe, you like my videos, you share them in your channels, in your social media. And if you have any questions about this project and any other question about other projects, make sure you put them down in the comment. I'll put a link to the project. I'll put a link to their social media as well, if you're interested to participate and be one of the early investors in the project. Thanks for watching another video in my cryptocurrency series. Thank you and see you next time.